my sewing room, ready to share with you 2 garments I've tweaked today that I already had and a new make. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I've been vlogging since January this year about my thoughts on sewing and creativity and sustainability and sharing my makes. If you are a new subscriber, you are very welcome here. I love to hear your comments about what you're doing or any suggestions you have to improve my makes. I am not a perfect sewer, but I really do enjoy creating something that I love to wear and that's really comfortable and joyful. Speaking of joyful makes, I have a very loud one on today, and there's a reason I put this particular one on. This is a sewing man pattern, and this was the first sewing man pattern I made, and I have my second one to share with you today. I thought I'd take a moment to reintroduce myself to people who are new here. My name is Rebecca and I live in the Blue Mountains, New South Wales, Australia, which is just west of Sydney. It's a really beautiful area of the world. I'm a primary teacher. I look very primary teacher-ish today. I love my job, and this year I teach year 4, which 9 and 10-year-olds, and I love learning with them. I've got a cup of tea to have a little chat with you today about some patterns that I hope you'll enjoy and might give you a few ideas for your makes. So as mentioned, this is a sewing man pattern. I found sewing man patterns on Etsy. This is called the drop shoulder collar back button shirt, and it's made out of a cotton slub, I think it's called. I quite like it. It's soft with a little bit of texture. It's got this rounded collar. You could also choose a pointed collar, and it's got buttons down the back. Oh, I have done them up. And I have worn it with the buttons down the front as well. Bit of fun. I made this in a size large, which does fit over my hips, but doesn't leave much extra room. So I am going to eventually make another one of these because I just wanted to improve on my make. I'd like to make the extra large so it's a little bit more roomy, and I pulled the collar too tight. And most people wouldn't notice that, that it curls up a bit, but I do notice, and I'd like to have another go and fix that up. I have a whole pile of sewing projects that are either unfinished or mending, or I wish I would improve it this way, and even a whole pile of garments that are already cut out and waiting for me to sew up. So this weekend I had a go at 2 garments that I had already made and seeing if I could tweak them so I didn't just like them, but I loved wearing them. The first one was a bit of a, I'm going to unpick what I did and keep exploring how to improve it a little bit, but I'm going to share it with you. So if you've got any ideas, you can let me know what you think. So it's the Torrens box top by Mooner and Broad. I made it in the size B. I think I would like to persevere with this because I just like how boxy and easy fit this top is. You can make it in short sleeves and long sleeves. I've got a long sleeve here. Well, it's really 3/4 sleeve, I guess. And it's drop shoulder. I found that I probably should have made the size A. It's a little bit too big for me, and it sits out quite wide because this Japanese cotton is a little bit structured, and it was too wide on the neck for me. It was constantly slanting to one side and showing bra straps, or in winter if I had a singlet or a vest underneath you could see that, and I didn't like that. So I wanted to bring it in a little bit, but in an interesting way. So the first thing I've done, if I bring it up closer, I made 2 pleats at the front, measured everything out, and made sure it was flush with the neckline, and it certainly did bring in the neckline quite a lot, but it totally changed the rest of the fit, and it does not sit comfortably anymore. So that was my first try at a little tweak for getting a bit more wear out of this top. I am going to unpick it. I'm going to figure out another way to take in the neckline and possibly just another centimetre under each arm. So that's the Torrens box top, I think it's called. I am going to persevere. I like it. I definitely like the cotton, and it matches a pair of trousers I've made, so I really like that too. The second thing I tweaked was a winner chicken dinner. Love it. This is possibly the most comfortable dress I've ever made, and I love wearing it, but I was finding I was not reaching for it, and I couldn't quite figure out why. Well, in Australia, it's winter at the moment, and I had this as a short sleeve. I'll put in the photos of what I had before. It had, this is the Ellis and Hattie dress by Merchant and Mills. It's really quite an oversized dress. Drop waist, sorry, not drop waist, high waist, gathered. There's loads of dresses out there like this, but I really like the block of this one. I love that it comes up quite high on the neck and has darts, quite a few darts, 4 darts here to bring it right in, and also bust darts as well, and then goes to the wide fit just above the hips, and I just really like how it sits on my body shape. I'll be making another one of these. I purchased some very special material especially for this dress, but I wanted to revisit it and check the sizing, and also take the opportunity to make this into something I'd wear a bit more often. So what I did was I had sleeves that were in a different fabric, and the different fabric was also at the bottom to create extra length, and I decided didn't like it, it needed to go. I chopped off the sleeves, and then I chopped off the bottom. Then I put the dress on to check the length and to check how far I wanted the shoulder part to come out. And then I measured, I think I took off an extra 4 centimeters after that, and then just graded it down, made sure the other side matched, and then I attached some quite wide bias binding together. The fabric of the Ellis and Hattie dress is a quite heavy, thick cotton twill. So it's got really great structure and great for layering in winter. So I'll probably wear that to work tomorrow with a shirt underneath and some tights and boots. My new make, as I said, was another Sewing Man pattern. Just finding it on my computer. It's simply called the Drop Shoulder Puff Sleeve T-shirt. And that's all the description there is of it. The Sewing Man patterns have great written instructions with coloured photos. And they also have video tutorials. Everything is linked in their instructions. It's really, really clear. You can't miss the steps. It's quite a high neck, which again, I like. not strangling me though. And it's a little bit oversized, which feels really nice as well. And the drop sleeves, this is not a gather, there are actually 3 wide tucks at the top and at the bottom. I'm pretty sure I got this fabric from Wattle Hill Fabrics, which is a South Australian fabric company, and this is an organic cotton French terry, and it feels just delicious, really luxurious, quite soft but also substantial, not too thick. And I think I got the ribbing came from Wattle Hill Fabrics as well. I mustn't have ordered enough ribbing, so I had cut the waistband out of just another piece of the French terry fabric, and that works just fine. It was a little bit tricky easing it in, and I did have to go a little bit by little bit, but it's fine. It's worked out really nicely. I like that it's not too long, it's not cropped, it's just kind of a mid-length. When I did the 3 pleats, I did both sleeves exactly the same. So the pleats on this sleeve face the back, and the pleats on this sleeve face the front. Now, no one else will probably ever notice because it's black fabric and it's very hard to pick up details, but I was quite annoyed at myself, and I didn't undo it because I'd affixed the pleats with the zigzag stitch, and I just find once you fiddling and undoing that, like, not your zigzag, I guess you call it a lightning stitch for stretch fabrics, yeah, you just hack into the fabric and create holes and it starts to fall apart. So I just left it, and I think it's fine. It's certainly very comfortable to wear, and you wouldn't notice that error unless you were looking for it. But it did give me a bit of a giggle and an eye roll. It's a bit of a typical Rebecca error, not looking closely enough at the details. Anywho, that is my brand new make. I'm looking forward to wearing it this week. I think you could easily make it with lighter material and not add the sleeves to make it a bit of a slouch t-shirt. In fact, I'm thinking of doing that and making a few vest-like things to layer up, because I really like the size and shape, and I thought, ooh, if I leave off the sleeves, you could layer some other things underneath, other jersey things, and even shirts, because it's quite oversized. And if you left off the waistband at the bottom, you get that cool boxy oversized vest shape. I like it. They are my makes and my tweaks for this weekend. Before I sign off, I want to remind you that at the moment I'm working on a pair of Flaneur trousers by the Friday Pattern Company. I am doing this in a collaboration with the beautiful Madebykarenmarie from Madebykarenmarie. We have a reveal date of July the 15th to see how we went with our Flaneur trousers. I'm hoping I can get a really good fit and make them in a few different fabrics. That's the dream, but we'll see how I go. Fitting trousers is a new thing for me, so this is a great challenge for myself. If you would like to flaneur with us, we'd love you to. There's no prizes, it's just joining in and trying out a new pattern with some other sewers. So Marie has created a hashtag on Instagram. If you want to post some things there and share with us how you're going, that'd be fantastic. What tweaks have you made to the pattern? What fabric have you used? How is it sitting for you? Yeah, and we will keep adding ours to that as well and revealing on July 15th. So if you would like to flaneur with us, Karen Marie and I would love that. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you are safe. I hope you're enjoying your makes. Thank you so much for watching and participating and communicating if that's what you like to do, but I understand that that's not everyone's cup of tea. If you've enjoyed and watched this far, give me a thumbs up, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.